CFA Level 2 exam in a few months, and are you looking for a study plan that's realistic, achievable, and tried and tested and successful? Well, then you're watching the correct video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a CFA Level 2 realistic, achievable study plan. I've also used this plan, so I know that it works. And it's something that you will like. It is doable. It is not something that's going to make you cry and think, "Kyun kiya maine CFA?" So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work even a teeny tiny bit, then please join the community by subscribing to the channel. And while you're at it, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And for the very kind people who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. Okay, so first of all, quick address. Why do people find CFA Level 2 so tough? So I've answered this question multiple times, but today I want to add one more thing. In CFA Level 1, I usually say that it's the understanding that is a little difficult, execution is easy. In CFA Level 3, understanding is very easy, execution is a little tough. CFA Level 2, on the other hand, understanding is also thoda difficult and execution is also thoda difficult. So because dono jagah thoda difficult hai, therefore a lot of people find CFA Level 2 thoda zyada difficult. Now, why exactly is it difficult to understand and difficult to execute? So first of all, it is more numerical based, which is something I've always told you guys, right? So some people take time to grasp to that. Also, the way things are explained is slightly different as compared to level 1. It gets into more depth. So thoda sa that understanding takes time, that okay, this is what they're trying to say, okay, this is what they're trying to say. So that understanding can get little bit, I won't say a lot, but little bit difficult. Execution is difficult because obviously you've transited from just MCQs to a proper vignette and MCQs, or case study MCQ as we call it. So that's a little difficult, especially for people who are, not very good at comprehension. And also the question style becomes a little bit difficult, different. Like in level 1, we still have a larger part of, direct questions, that okay, this is what they're asking, as is the question. But from level 2 onwards, the questions do become a little bit indirect because of the case study format. So there are questions that would be like, the answer should be from the case study in most cases. Let me know if you want to make if you want me to make a video specifically on how to answer level 2 questions, and I'll make a video on that. But anyway, that is the reason why it is thoda difficult in terms of understanding and execution, but nothing to overburden yourself, nothing that a little bit of time and practice cannot conquer. Okay, so starting with how much time should you take for CFA Level 2? Ideally, I do not recommend taking less than 8 months. I know people think that it is lesser number of chapters as compared to Level 3. It's I think 48 or 50 chapters for Level 2 as compared to the 90 chapters in Level 1. But I still feel that you should take 8 months. Minimum 6, but ideally 8, because like I said, you will take time to understand, grasp things. You'll take time to be able to know how to execute what you've understood. And I feel like, level 2 is not a level that you should rush. Take that time, do it aram se, that is better. There's so much to learn in level 2 that, if you try to rush it and by chance exam clear bhi hoga, you might not feel that personal satisfaction. I know not everybody thinks like that, but even if you go for a job interview, if you not really spend that time with the entire level very well, you will not be able to crack it. And also, if you don't understand level 2 well, you're going to really suffer in level 3. So ideally, take time. I personally say 8 months, but even 6 se kam to mati lena. 8 is brilliant if you can, right? So just because chapters are lesser, don't think that we should take lesser number of months or lesser time. Having said that, this study plan is going to use Schwezer, so I'm keeping Schwezer as the base. I also used Schwezer, by the way, and I am assuming that you guys are going for classes or not going for classes. I'll let you know. So yeah, like I said, the base is Schwezer. Now coming to how should you study, what is the entire method. So I'm first quickly telling you what are the steps that you need to include in your study by default, and then I'll tell you how to go about it, how to pair the subjects, not pair the subjects, etc. So first of all, you need to understand the concept. So if you're attending classes or coaching or anything, watch the video, attend the class, whatever, or understand the concept through chat GPT, reading, whatever format, understand it, watch videos, whatever. Number 2, read Schwezer. Very, very, very important in level 2. You need to know the language. You need to understand the language. Number 3, actually number 2 and number 3 can be swapped, as in you can do first number 2, then number 3, is make notes. If you are not making notes in level 2, if you do not have a formula sheet from the very beginning for level 2, you are in a slightly dangerous situation. I'm sorry, I'm being blunt, but notes, self handwritten notes or formula sheets particularly, are very, very important for level 2. Solve every single blue box question in Shweza. Every single blue box question. Understand that for subjects like fixed income, FSA, derivatives, blue box questions literally can explain the entire chapter to you. Right? Also, exam में भी बहुत सारे calculations आते हैं. So the more you do the blue box questions and the better you do them. So not just like quickly solving it on a paper, actually writing it step by step, explaining to yourself, this means that, that means that, I'm writing this because of that, can really be a game changer. So blue box questions of Shweza, end of chapter questions of Shweza, no matter how simple they seem, that, and then end of chapter curriculum questions. Ideally do all of them, if not at least 70% of them, right? So that is how one reading gets completed. And this is very, very important. All the steps are non-negotiable if you want to really, be in a comfortable situation. Now, first of all, if you're not going for classes, let me tell you a quick subject sequence. If you're going for classes, please follow the subject sequence that's being followed in your class. It just makes your life easier. If not, quickly hear me out. Start with fixed income, okay? It's much easier as compared to level 1. It'll give you a slight confidence boost. It's interesting also, so you'll like it. Fixed income, number 1. Follow it with alternative investments, because alternative investments in level 2 is something that a lot of people enjoy. It's very scoring. Even fixed income is very scoring, by the way. It's easy to understand. It's not taxing on your head. So alternative investments. Third will by default be derivatives. So fixed income, alternative investments, and derivatives are like a family of 3. They're always, together. Some they're playing hum saath saath hai all the time. एंड इसलिए उनको साथ रखना इम्पॉर्टेंट भी है. थोड़े से कॉन्सेप्ट सिमिलर हो जाते हैं. सो डेरिवेटिव्स, right after derivatives you will do ethics. Now usually I say keep ethics in the 5th, but I'm keeping ethics in the 4th here for a very important reason that I'll tell you. Also in level 2 a lot of you tend to ignore ethics thinking यार ये तो बिल्कुल सेम पोर्शन है, हमें आता है तो I'll do it in the last 2 months. Please do not make that mistake. You need to start practicing ethics at least 3.5 to 4 months before your exam, 5 times a week. It is that important, and it can get that difficult on the exam day. I've seen people who've scored above 70 in level 1 ethics and fail level 2 exam because of ethics. So you can understand how dangerous that can get. Okay, ethics number 4. Number 5 will be economics. So derivatives and economics have a certain level of similarity. Some concepts are similar, and like I said, right, fixed income, AI, derivatives are a family. Economics उनकी दूर के रिश्तेदार है, तो उनको साथ रखना जरूरी है. Economics और derivatives साथ करना is a little heavy, therefore we broke it with ethics in between. So economics के बाद 6th subject would be equity. It is important. It is scoring, very, very scoring subject in level 2 is equity. And eco के साथ तो अच्छा पेयर हो जाएगा. मतलब after eco, which can get a little taxing in solving questions, equity is like a nice breath of fresh air. After equity, FSA. Again, FSA is not as hard as level 1. It actually gets better. It is more calculation based. It's easier to understand. Memorizing कम हो जाता है, but it is important. It is a very important subject for the exam. So equity के बाद FSA is a good catch to do. 8th subject you'll do is corporate issuers. Corporate issuers is very, very easy, very, very scoring. After FSA, थोड़ा सा mind को light करने के लिए corporate issuers is important. 9th and 10th, between quants and portfolio management, honestly you can swap either or. I ideally like to keep portfolio last and do quants first, particularly because both these subjects are theory based. उसमें थोड़ा सा memorizing है for level 2, and because memorizing I like to do it in the end so that I know कि मैं भूलूंगी नहीं. So either or you can swap, it doesn't make a difference. So that's the subject sequence that you're following. Now, how many hours do you study in a day? How should you go about this? So understand one thing, in level 2, you should sit lesser number of hours in the whole day. Like you should, matlab you can, because obviously it's not human for you to sit for 8 hours, 10 hours. You'll just get burnt out eventually. But having said that, taking extreme short hours, like just 1.5, 2 hours, will also not work, because most of the subjects like fixed income, FSA, derivatives, they require you to sit. Like एक बार आपका momentum चालू हो गया, if it misses, you'll just feel very lost. So ideally I say take a 3-hour study session, 3-hour one proper study session in one go. You can take it any time of the day, but sit for that 3-hour stretch, because once you're starting those subjects, you'll not want to get up. Like once you're in between a blue box question, if you leave it because 2 hours khatam ho gaya, 1 hour khatam ho gaya, and you get distracted, to jab wapas aoge, it will get very difficult. So rather sit for that 3 hour stretch. Usme kafi kuch cover ho sakta hai. 2.5 hours se start kar sakte ho. Maximum 3 hours. If you go more, if you can go more than that, eventually it will go more than that, which is good. But for the start, 2.5 to 3 hours is good. One session in the entire day, have 2 of those sessions and you'll be sorted. Especially, like I said, if you're studying subjects like fixed income, FSA, derivatives, economics, unke liye to take that longer stretch. If you're starting with subjects like AI, corporate issuers, if you take smaller study sessions for that, that also works, right? Because usme itna zyada momentum flow nahi hota. One, even if you leave it, you can come back. Now coming to how to study. Okay, so in level 2, I still suggest stick to one subject at a time, as I do for level 1 as well. It's always important to grasp that one subject completely. Having said that, even if if you've completed one subject, say you're studying fixed income, okay, completely study fixed income, and then you will go to say an alternative investments. While you're studying alternative investments, take a few days in the week. So for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. In that particular, time period that you decide, spend 30 to 45 minutes of the day solving questions from the previously done subject. So from fixed income, you'll be solving questions. No need to study it again. Just solve questions. Either you're continuing the end of chapter institute questions, the candidate resource questions, class questions, but kuch karte ho from the previous subject so that you don't forget it completely. Now, when you're solving these questions, the ideology or the idea is very simple. You are just doing it to keep some form of memory in your mind. So even if your answers are going wrong, don't get worried or don't get panicked that यार मैंने तो अभी पढ़ा था, मेरे को सब गलत आ रहा है. It's fine. Read the solution and keep reminding your brain, अच्छा हाँ मैंने पढ़ा था, अच्छा हाँ मैंने पढ़ा था. That is what you need to do. And then you'll reach revision in the last 1.5 months, and easily that revision will happen well because you've constantly reminded your brain about that thing. Even if you feel like you're forgetting, it's okay. Even when you're seeing the solution, your brain will be like, अच्छा हाँ मुझे याद है. That's the point. और वो करते रहना चाहिए till the exam. Taki, like I said, when you actually get into proper revision becomes easier. Now, if you don't do this system of constantly doing a little bit of questions, what's going to happen by the time you reach revision, for sure, sab bhul jao. Because level 2 has that kind, the content is such, right? It is so numerical based, it is so conceptual based that if you don't constantly see what you've done before, you're going to mess it up in the revision. And if you just constantly keep revising what you've done previously, you'll never be able to move forward. So the best way to go about it is one full subject, and while you're doing that one full subject, previous subject के बस questions करते हो, questions के solutions देखते हो, चाहे answer सही आया चाहे answer गलत आया. That's how you need to go about it. And yeah, last 1.5 months will be kept properly for revision. For mocks, at least 2 mocks should be given in the last 1.5 months. If you can do more, brilliant. 2 is a minimum, right? The more you do, the better. With that, I think I've come to the end of this video. If you have any more questions, then please let me know in the comment section and I will let you know whatever I can and however I can. By the way, I also give CFA study plans even for CFA level 2. We have an 8-week, 16-week and 24-week offer. The link is in the related description. If you're interested in that, definitely join in. I'd love to guide you day on day, week on week. With that, I'm ending this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.